Hampshire. Today is October 1st, 2024. And I did not do a video yesterday, Monday, and today is Tuesday. As you can see, we have some pretty vibrant colors on the leaves on the trees. I see some oranges, lots of green still, but you can see smashes of color in different places. So today, just thinking about our friends in the southern states who've been through this terrible storm, Helena, and just devastating. Watching different reports, so my heart goes out to those people. I can't imagine what is going on. It's amazing some people have survived well and they're okay in the midst of a horrible situation, and some I feel that we might not hear about firsthand. We might just have to imagine what happened, because some places were just washed away, and it's just a horrible story. So I watched a report this morning that said apocalyptic devastation is the term they were using. And one of the things that they talked about in the article I was listening to this morning was how the cell phone service was just blacked out. So I know that people in my area are working on getting to know the broadband situation. So it's something that I've looked into, but I haven't really delved into 100%. But this type of thing could happen in any area, maybe different ways, whether it's snowstorm, rainstorm, all different types of things can happen in different areas, or just even a cell phone blackout. Just that alone would be difficult. So might be a good idea to look into it. Broadband radio. I had a friend that told me there's a setup you can get. It's about $50, which isn't bad. And just get started. You have to learn how to communicate. Obviously, you can only communicate with other people that have the equipment, but it doesn't rely on cell towers. And it's something to look into, but just something that I have family all over the country, down toward from New Hampshire down east. I have a sister in Florida, I have family in Georgia, and family in South Carolina, and I was more concerned about the Florida and Georgia area, and then it turned out that the South Carolina was affected even more. So you just really never know. So as I look around, and I feel very fortunate that we have a beautiful day here, looking at the foliage and the beautiful scenery, and it just kind of feel guilty, knowing that there are people suffering severely in our country due to storms. But it could be us in a few months. We have snow coming. We have lots of bad weather here that can happen. So we've had power outages quite a bit. As you can see, we have power lines, we have trees touching the power lines right there. So any of these trees go down and we're going to be without power. Quite a few people. Used to be in years gone by, they would come through and trim near the power lines, but I think it's gotten to be so expensive that they're still doing it, but not quite as much. I knew a guy years ago who's older than me, and he said when they put in these power lines, they thought they were temporary. They were going to put them underground, but they never did. And when they first put them in, there weren't a lot of trees right near the power lines, but the trees have grown up. So they should have probably mowed around the power lines every year so that they wouldn't have trees that grew up into the power lines. So we just, we go along with our life. We just act like it's normal and everything's good until something happens, and then we realize how connected we are to our conveniences, electricity, cell phones. I taught online for 4 years before the COVID thing. I was teaching online and I just absolutely loved it, but it was very difficult. We taught to kids in China, and you had to have internet every day, and it could be stressful at times. One time my power went out, I had to jump in the car and run to the Dunkin' Donuts and sign on there with my internet because my data wasn't working, my internet wasn't working, and it worked out. I didn't have the best lighting for that lesson, but I got the lesson done. So I know a lot of people nowadays work online. Either they work for maybe a teaching company, or they work for some other business, and they need their internet for more than just convenience. So prayers for those in the southern states going through these horrible times. One thing is good, that it's not cold right now, that you might miss the air conditioning, but at least it's not cold that you're going to freeze without electricity. So hopefully people that have been through this time, they can learn the drill and be better prepared next time, and prepare for the winter, for any months that we might go without power. What are we going to do? Get prepared. I know filling water jugs is a good idea. Milk jugs, fill them with water. Have a stash of that so you have ways to either flush toilets or just water for different things that you might need. So getting back into the idea of being ready for anything, because we just don't know what can happen these days. So today it is somewhat blue skies with some fluffy clouds, some pretty foliage on the way to school, a couple of birds, and the traffic is